Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and welcome to my channel, Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. This is my first Flosstube video and I'm excited to be here tonight. This is the start of a new adventure hopefully. My birthday was last week and I've been spending some time reflecting on the things that happened last year and how I want my life to be different a year from now. I probably started watching Flosstube about 4 years ago, and I've really enjoyed all of the content that all of the creators have put out there over the years and have shared. I know that some days of the week I check my videos on YouTube and I look and see, ooh, is there a new video from my favorite Flosstuber? And so I just wanted to say, you know, this year I want to give back to the community, and so here I am making a Flosstube video. It's a little scary. I am a quiet person, like a lot of us seem to be, or we are. And so yeah, this is my first video. I usually stitch on one piece mostly. It's a large full coverage piece, so I hope you don't mind seeing the same piece every week because you will be seeing it every week. A little bit about myself. I live here in the suburbs of Atlanta. I live with my husband and a roommate and our little cat, Speckles. Speckles is a stray, so we don't know quite how old she is. She has 2 teeth left because she has a disorder where her immune system attacks her teeth, so we have to get them pulled because they get infected. And she's very tiny and cute and snuggly, so she's sure to make an appearance sometime on one of my videos, and I'm sure she'll be a great hit. So the piece that I work on the most is called A Place of Her Own, and the artwork is by James Christensen. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I started this piece about 5.5 years ago when I started a PhD graduate program, and I said, oh, you know, people say you can stitch 1 page of a Haid chart every month. And I was like, well, this chart has between 60 and 70 pages in the large format version that I have, so I should be able to get it done by the time I get my PhD in 5.5 years. Well, 5.5 years later, here I am. My goal this year was to reach 25% done, which I did, yay! And so now I've added on a little extra goal to keep myself motivated for the rest of the year. I'm no longer in that PhD program. I've had a couple of life changes and things like that, so my life has taken a different direction, but this piece is still with me and still has a lot of meaning for me. So I'm going to try and insert a picture here of what it will look like when it's finished. And then I'm going to show you what I have so far. Okay, it's a big one. So here is the first quarter that I worked on. Like I said, I started this about 5 years ago, and I hit 25% complete this year. Once I did that, I said, you know, I gotta keep going, so I'm going to try and make it all the way across the top row, which I have gridded to. It ends over here. So right now, I'm working on this painting over here. This is a painting in the background of the scene. It's based on a Rembrandt painting, which is kind of cool. There's the border of the frame of the painting here, and there's a bust here, which I believe is an ancient Greek philosopher, Plato or Aristotle, someone like that. And then this Renaissance man over here is reaching out to touch it. I have about 600 stitches left to go to finish this page, so I'm hoping for a page finish this week. And then the next page is about 75% black background, like all of this is here, then the edge of the frame, and then more of this. This is a fish. It's kind of hard to see. I think it's on the like wallpaper of the room, some more fish wallpaper, and then over here at the very end. So this is my goal for the end of the year, is to finish this one page that's mostly done and then 2 more pages to get to the complete width of the piece. So in order to do that, I need to be doing about 1,200 stitches a week. So I've divided that into 3 chunks of 400 stitches. So 400 stitches on Sunday, and then 80 stitches a day for 5 days of Monday through Friday on average, and then 400 stitches on Saturday to get my 1,200 stitches to complete the width of this piece by the end of the year. I don't have a lot of fancy equipment. I stitch using this kind of combo between a hoop and a stand. Let's see, it's called a gin hoop, and I found this online. My sister got it for me several years ago for a Christmas present, and it's been wonderful. I've never had any issues with it. It keeps a nice taut tension, and I just roll my fabric up for the part that I'm not working on. My video is probably going to be a little short. I feel like a good Flosstube video is about 20-30 minutes long, but I've only got one piece that I'm working on right now. I do have another full coverage piece that I'm working on. I started it earlier this year when I went on a trip to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It was a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and so I took the chance to start a new piece. I do have a little goal of finishing the first page by the end of the year. That is a secondary goal to finishing the width of this main piece that I'm working on. So if I ever get around to working on that, I'll be sure to share it with you. Other than that, I also enjoy reading, and so I thought I would share with you the books that I've been reading. This week I read A Murder for the Books by Victoria Gilbert. This is the first book in a series of the Blue Ridge Library mysteries. It's a cozy mystery, which usually I'm not afraid of. I read a book by Joanne Fluke about a baker who solves mysteries, and I couldn't stand it. The baker was always going in and messing with crime scenes and fiddling with things, and I'm a scientist, and that bothered me. I was like, ooh, you shouldn't do that. So I couldn't really stand those, but the main character in this book is a librarian, and when I left my PhD program in science, I spent some time working in a library, so I kind of connect to a librarian, and it's set in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are here in southeastern Tennessee and the southeast United States in general, which is pretty close to where I live. So I could connect to the main character's occupation and the setting, and she seemed to be a smart character. She was independent and cared for her aunt. She didn't fall immediately in love with the love interest. A little bit of romance, but not too much and nothing too gaudy or anything. It was a good mystery. I've been reading mysteries since I was 10. I love a good mystery, and so I really liked this book. Again, A Murder for the Books by Victoria Gilbert, and if I ever have time, because I've got a long list of books to read, I would read another one of these again. So here I am, and it's been 9 minutes, and I think that I have made it through my first Flosstube video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try and film on a regular basis, but I want to be filming when my husband and my roommate are out of the house, which is usually in the evenings. So the light, it might be a little dim like this. I have tried to turn on all the lights I can. There's a lamp back there, but it makes a little bit too much of a glow. So I'm hoping to be back on a regular basis. I hope you enjoyed my video and you'll come back to watch more. I'll see you next time.